Um, so yesterday I just finished my first week of college, and it wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it was gonna be. My biggest concern was that I would see people that I don't want to see. Um, and not to jinx it or anything, but I didn't see who I didn't want to see. So that's kind of cool. Um, the classes are fairly straightforward, except for one which I really want to talk. Okay, so this professor, it's a big ass class, right? Probably 300 kids. He said like 350 or something like that. And he starts the semester by saying, um, okay, that was bad. He starts by telling us how difficult and you're not in Kansas anymore. He literally fucking said that. So this guy is giving me Avatar Miles Quaritch level lines, and I'm like, well, this class has got to be difficult, right? But no, it's just normal lecture and then do your shit. The issue is that he gives you time to do your shit. So what's going on in his head, I'm sure, is that he gives you all. This is literally how it's scheduled. He gives you a bunch of assignments at once, and the idea is to fuck with you. So he gives you 7 assignments, and they're all due in a month. And your brain's like, oh well, I mean, I'm fine. I got so much time to do all these. I'll hit these out, as the weeks go by. And that's how he gets you, because you're not gonna get that shit done. Not unless you literally set aside time each day to get it done. So I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to have my cake and eat it too. I'm going to do a lot of work every single day, so that way this fucker, I'm sorry for calling him that. If he sees this video, I respect you. It's just a, a way I talk. But if yeah, but yeah, I'm just gonna, hopefully not let procrastination get the better of me, and I'm gonna do this dude's easy ass work and show him that he's not gonna fuck with me. As for the other classes I'm taking, they're all really straightforward. They're pretty much just, this is the work for the week. It opens at the start of the week and it closes at the end of the week. You just do it whenever you feel like it, as long as you get it done before Saturday night or Sunday night. So that's pretty simple. Um, I'm doing another one of these videos in my car. Um, I'm here to pick up my brother after he got out of school. Um, and I hope that annoying ass beeping isn't in this one. I don't think it is. I checked. But yeah, I don't look the greatest right now. I don't feel the greatest. I'm tired. Um, school was very exhausting. Figuring out how to get there and figuring out all my routines and stuff and build it. It was so exhausting. But I'm here now. We survive. We always do. I always figure it out. So I'm here. I'm still standing and shit. Um, yeah, there's a Jeep with rubber duckies on the dash going through. I hate people like that. I loved her, you know? Um, like I really did. Um, she meant everything to me, and you could take that however it is. Is that really a good thing? And after losing it, I don't think it was a good thing, because even this long after, I'm still kind of lost. I feel like I'm a much better version of myself than I was, but there's still something that's missing, Um, I loved her, and she just threw me aside. But yeah, I got a method in order to get all that schoolwork done. So as long as I stick with that, I'm sure I'll be fine, honestly, finding the classes wasn't nearly as hard as like high school was. The college I'm going to has a fairly straightforward way of finding your classes and seeing what rooms they're in. Now, something that I'm kind of worried about is meeting new people, because I'm really lonely. And yeah, I like to be alone, but being alone inhibits a lot of the things that I allow myself to do. I'm a human, I need to eat food, and it's very hard to eat food in public when I'm alone. I don't know if it's like a weird, because I'm a psychopath, right? Like, I'm literally mentally insane, and I'm not sure if that's a product of that, but I just can't do much of anything when I'm by myself. I'm not even really sure what it is. It's kind of just like I'm embarrassed to do this thing. Why the fuck am I embarrassed to eat? Everyone does it. I see plenty of people eat. I've done it before. I'm sure you've done it before. We all need to eat, so it's just kind of weird that my brain doesn't really allow me to do that whenever I'm alone. Even when I'm with people, sometimes it's hard for me to eat because I don't know, it's just like a weird, like, bro, the same thing with like going to the bathroom, throwing away trash. I can't get up to go do something because I'm embarrassed. Anyway, I kind of still want to stay alone because it makes getting all my work done super fucking easy. And then I don't want to be there when I'm alone because I'm bored and I'm out in the open and I'm alone. Okay, I'm alone. I flayed a cat today. There was a cat at my front door when I left this morning. I flayed him with a steak knife. I usually keep one in my back pocket. So I flayed this cat and I pinned him to, you know how people like butterflies and shit? I do the same thing with small animals. So I flayed this cat and I opened his tummy. It was a male. I opened his tummy and I just kind of pinned him to the wall with push pins. But I mean that didn't really work because I didn't flay him all the greatest, so he was still kind of like intact, you know? Anyway, yesterday I was in class with that class that has 350 students or whatever. And some like goofy corny white kid sits next to me. I'm a goofy corny white kid, but this dude was like tall and skinny, like scrawny white, pasty white. So I'm like, great, I get to sit next to fucking Dumb and Dumber here. So I'm just trying to pay attention, you know, keep my eyes on, and the little voice in my head's telling me, you know, just relax, stop talking to yourself, and just pay attention. Don't really worry about, you know, Mr. Chesterfield over here. Anyway, so this kid is, again, if he sees this video, I'm really sorry, but you're just off-putting. You're an off-putting individual. But he has an energy drink. I think it was an Alani, which sucks because I like Alani, so I'm gonna have to stop drinking that. But I think he had an Alani, and he finishes the entire drink, right? And then he eats something. It's like a protein bar or a chocolate bar or something. I don't know why he needs protein. He's fucking 110 pounds. But he finishes his food, his meal, and he puts it all into a plastic bag and just rustles the shit out of it. So it's like super loud. And I'm thinking, great, I got the peanut gallery sitting next to me, but it's not even the worst part. He then proceeds to open his bag and pull out a gaming laptop with RGB and everything. And then I start to hear some of the girls behind us start to snicker and laugh, and I'm thinking, I really hope they don't associate me with this dude, because he's not getting any play, but that doesn't mean I don't want any. That was a joke, really distasteful one. But anyway, so his gaming laptop powers on, and it makes this super loud noise, and the girls start laughing. So then he, you know, he gives a little chuckle. So at least he's kind of self-aware, you know? Anyway, he's got his gaming laptop, and he opens Canvas, and then he burps. Okay? Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I've burped before. I'm sure you've burped before. It's just much like everybody else. I'm a Sonic the Hedgehog fan. So he burps, and I'm like, yeah, he just drank an Alani. It's pretty par for the course, you know? But then it doesn't stop. Henry Stickmin over here doesn't know how to control the gas escaping from his body. He continues to burp for the entire lecture. And mind you, these lectures are not short. This was an hour and 15 minutes, and I kid you not, I swear on everything, on my soul, that this kid burps the entire class. And it's not like those loud belches. It's just like the, like, you know, like the, you know what I'm talking about. He just burps like the entire class. It's like, what are you doing, bro? We're in pubs. We're in a public lobby. I really don't understand what he was doing, and he just keeps making noise. Like, I'm speechless. And the entire time I hear the girls behind us, they're like, I just can't right now, bro. I just can't, because they're talking about this fucking lunatic. So I'm trying to keep my composure, because this dude keeps burping and keeps making little noises and grunts and shit like he's about to like die of a heart attack, like he's on dialysis. And I'm literally doing this. I'm covering my face because I don't want to be associated with this dude. I don't want to be associated. He looks like a vampire. Again, I'm sorry. I'm poking fun at his appearance, which you shouldn't do because not everyone, you know, it looks the same. Everyone's beautiful, but he was just an odd fellow. And then we're taking notes, right? And the professor clicks his little clicker thing and he moves to the next slide. And you can tell, or I mean, I can tell because I was sitting right next to the fucker. I can tell that Mr. Ghostly Apparition here wasn't quite done taking his notes. So he raises his hand, okay? And mind you, we're sitting in the very back, so we're probably a good 100 feet away from the professor. He raises his hand and he goes, I didn't get that. Can you go back to that last slide? And the professor just looks at him like this. He's like, so he walks over all the way up the stairs to hear this guy better because, you know, only I could hear it because he was damn near talking right into my ear like he was about to sing me to sleep. But the professor walks his happy ass up and the dude asks him again and the professor goes, okay, that can be arranged. So he walks all the way down. People are laughing. The girls are having a field day behind me and I am probably beat red. If you took a picture of me, you would probably confuse me with a target ball. So the professor goes back to slide, the dude takes the notes, and he's just a weird fellow. There was another moment where the professor asks a question, you know, and he goes around the entire lecture hall, you know, asking everyone individually, yes or no, yes or no. The question was, do you think we should have the 10 Commandments in elementary school classroom? And, you know, fuck it, I'm just going to answer that myself because I didn't get to answer him because he never asked me. I guess I look too much like a threat. But I don't think that we should have the 10 Commandments posted in schools because I think that should be a choice. I think religion is a choice that you have, and you shouldn't force that upon students, especially here where I'm from. There's a lot of diverse people and a lot of religions, and you can't just force one because not all the students in the class are going to be adhering to those commandments, you know? Anyway, dude has an answer, and he's waiting on bated breath to give it. So he's, you know, raising his hand a little bit, you know, little pussy raise because he's a socially awkward, like, gamer boy. And that would be fine, you know? He wants to share his answer. He's raising his hand. There's nothing wrong with that. But you can tell the professor doesn't want to interact with him again. And the whole time he's following the professor, raising his hand and lowering it, raising and lowering, raising and lowering it. You know what I mean, right? And then while he's doing this little game, he's speaking. Or he's not speaking, but he's attempting to. So he raises, he goes, the entire time he's trying to. And everyone around us is uncomfortable. We're all uncomfortable. We're all trying not to laugh at this dude. Because he's like trying to speak, but he stops himself before he can get the words out. So the professor is just ignoring him, straight up. The professor's just ignoring him because he doesn't want to deal with him, and low-key, neither did I. But then the professor turns around and he starts walking back down the stairs, and this dude goes, okay. Dude, he literally goes, screw it, never mind. Deadass goes, screw it, never mind. And he puts his hand down and he says, never mind. He literally says that twice. And at this point, I literally can't hold it in anymore. I give a little chuckle under my breath and I cough to cover it up. And there's a girl sitting to my left and a girl sitting to his right. They're not affiliated with the two girls behind us, but they are also laughing at this dude because he is just a kooky character. Anyway, I was so glad when that lecture ended because I didn't have to sit next to that dude. He was literally like Sheldon Cooper, but without the intelligence. I mean, he could have had the intelligence, but definitely not any form of social intelligence. Anyway, sorry, I didn't bring anything for like a gimmick. Like, I know I haven't done a lot of these, but usually there's like something I do at the end, like I guess it's like a palate cleanser or something, or like a chaser. I don't even know why I do them, honestly, but I don't have a gimmick. I guess I could can take off my shoe. Hold on, yeah, let me do that. Alright, there it is. That's my shoe. Um, there's another one, obviously. It's for the other foot. Um, yeah, that's. I guess that's the gimmick for. Yeah, that's it. I guess.